Is Goldman right? Is the weight of the trade war, and you weave in all of this drama out of Hong Kong, something to fear? And is it going to trigger a recession? To the floor show. And I don't want to be what everybody accuses me sometimes of being too negative. But then, of course, when things go south, it's Liz, why were you cheerleading? Scott, I'll put it in your lap here. Do you agree? And how should investors prepare?
You know, I kind of agree with Goldman's call, because about 6 to 9 months ago, most people would have thought the trade war would have had some kind of conclusion or been closer. At this point, it seems like we're further away. So sentiment is getting hurt. Big companies are doing less ordering. There's less clarity as far as if there's going to be 10% tariffs, maybe even more than that. So I think people are dialing back their spending, and it will hurt the economy, which is what we're seeing in the numbers. That's why you have yields going lower. It's indicating growth slowing, and it's staying slower. So that could give some more fears of recession. So with the S&P cash 6% off all-time highs, where usually you're in a very healthy environment, when you're close to all-time highs, you can't count out a 10% move off that, which would be about 27.25 in the weeks ahead.
Larry, the fear trade is smack on our screen, and that is Treasuries, right? The price is going up, the yield is dropping. I'll repeat it, 1.63%. But we now have a very serious 30 basis point inversion between that and, of course, the 3-month. So when the shorter dated treasuries are doing better, yielding more, it's because there's so much fear. People just want to park their money short term. Give me a sense of what you're seeing on the floor. There's got to be some smart money moving around to certain trades.
Yeah, there definitely is. And I think the flows that we're seeing is actually in the longer end of the curve right now. The 3-month 10-year, as you just mentioned, it's at its widest point that it's been at since 2007. That does have people unnerved, but on the other hand, people are kind of accustomed to it because it has been inverted for quite a while. And given, the Fed has their neutral rate so much higher than what the market says it should be, people are saying, well, gee, that's why the 3-month 10-year is inverted. But there's a lot of flows into the longer end, because even though 10 years are yielding 1.63, they're a significant bargain compared to anything else in the world right now when you have almost.
But it's almost like you're paying people, right? We're going to explain more on that in just a minute, that people are paying the governments around the world to hold their money at a loss. Luke, there is another fear trade here, and that is gold up $18 right now. This, to me, smells of maybe a 1 or 2 day event. Of course, last week we had a ton of volatility, up, down, all around, pops and drops, as we call them. That's what our countdown closer is going to talk about. But I just want to mark it here, 52 minutes before the closing bell rings, and we are down 410 on the Dow. Go ahead.
Well, I definitely think gold is a trade. I mean, over the long run, what's it going to give you? Right, and you always know, and I've said that there's a lot more inflation that there is that people are talking about in the market. So I think it's a short-term trade. I think the pop in oil is a short-term trade. It's a bit of covering after the Saudi news, but I don't see. You look at global demand. I don't see oil going up for any reason. I don't see that happening. And I just wanted to make one outside note, Liz. If you want to understand what's going on in Hong Kong, if you want to understand what's going on with fentanyl coming over from China, read about the opium wars and get a better picture of what's going on. Things in Hong Kong are fairly serious. You should find out, not you, but people should find out why Hong Kong is what it is, how it got there, and where it's going to go. Read about the opium wars.
Well, there's that, and there's the pushback against Chinese overbearing rule, that long arm from the mainland coming across. I don't know if we've got more pictures we can show. We're waiting on a live picture, folks, from the airport out of Hong Kong. But in the meantime, let's just take you there with the picture.